Alright, so I'm putting a used transmission in this '08 Caravan. And one thing a lot of people overlook if they put a used transmission, or even if you get to rebuild a transmission, get yourself some of this. This is Cooler Clean Trans Flush. There's different brand. I use the Lube Guard a lot. There's another brand. I can't remember the name of it. And it comes with the fitting to tie in like the older transmissions, like especially the GMs and stuff. This one didn't fit this Chrysler, so I ended up just cutting the fitting off and running a hose down to the pressure line. And I got another hose going down to the return line, and that's going down to a pan down there. And what you do is you just, press the button, and it'll push this trans cooler flush through your lines and through your cooler, and back out the return line, and then hopefully down your drain pan. And what that does is get all the metal and stuff out of your lines and in your cooler. Like this transmission we pulled out had a ton of metal in the bottom of the pan, ton of metal in the pan, and the fluid was just probably some of the worst transmission fluid you could possibly see. So regardless, if you ever put a used transmission or even a rebuilt one, I used to work in a shop where the guy would rebuild the trannies for us. We'd farm it out, and he would make us run this stuff through the coolers regardless. And if we didn't do that, then he wouldn't warranty it, stand behind it. So it's important. You don't want a bunch of new old metal going into your new transmission or even your new used one. So just use this stuff. Flush all your lines out. It'll flush all your lines out, and it'll flush out your cooler and your radiator, and then you don't have to worry about it. And it's safe for transmissions. I got this at O'Reilly's. I think pretty much all auto parts stores carry it. This can's like $12, something like that. But it's cheap insurance, and it makes sure that there's no metal floating around in your new transmission. So anyway, it's just a little quick Hoopties tip. If you are doing a job like that, always make sure you flush your lines in your cooler, your radiator cooler. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you on the next one. I ended that video a little bit too early. This is the pan. This was completely empty when I started to flush this. You can see here, it's not real. It doesn't take a whole lot to flush it out. But when I move it here, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. You can see all this gray in here. That's all metal floating around in this fluid. See that? I don't know if you can tell, but this transmission had a crazy amount of metal in the pan. So no matter what, we were going to flush this transmission, or the radiator transmission cooler. But you can tell, so much metal was stuck in that cooler and the lines. So you don't want to skip this step if you're putting a transmission in. And then after I got done, after the bottle or the can was empty, then I took compressed air and kind of blew all that crap out of there, the remainder of it. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you how much metal is actually in these coolers and these lines. If you don't flush them, that's how much is left over. I don't know if you, like I said, it's all that gray stuff in there is just metal floating around. This transmission was probably one of the worst ones I've seen in a while. But anyway, even if it's not that bad, I would still recommend flushing your transmission, or not your transmission, flushing your cooler lines in your cooler if you're going to put a used or even a rebuilt transmission into your car. Alright, so now we'll see you on the next one.